Sofa beds are one of the best pieces of furniture if you're tight on space. They make having guests over easy without forcing someone to sleep on an air mattress they'll probably regret. So in this video, I'm going over the 10 best sofa beds for every budget. As always, everything will be linked in the description below. Now with that out of the way, let's start with the least expensive sofa bed. MAXYOYO Convertible Sleeper. This one's sold on Amazon and it goes for about $120 for a single and $210 for the double at the time of this recording. And this isn't a typical sofa bed considering it looks like a giant pillow, but it doesn't start out that way at first. It'll be vacuum sealed in a box and within a day or two it'll fluff up to its full size so it can actually look like the photos. Now a lot of people like the idea of this sofa bed. It has a lot of color options to match your room, is better to sleep on than an air mattress, of course, and is pretty sturdy considering this thing is over 40 pounds. But the biggest complaint would be the tufting. Some people say it feels a bit lumpy to sleep on, and if you're over 6 feet or 200 pounds, it might feel a little short or too firm for a full night's sleep. So I'd say this is more meant for a playroom rather than the living room. The Marsail Futon is also available on Amazon and it comes in at around 150 bucks. At 66 inches, it's got good space to sit and sleep on, and you also get 6 color options and a soft corduroy feel. And unlike the last sofa bed, it doesn't go crazy with tufting. Now what you do get is a 3-level adjustable backrest and a 5-level adjustable armrest that you could sort of use like a pillow. This sofa bed works well for smaller spaces and it's not too heavy to move at around 72 pounds. Now the biggest complaint is that it's low backed, so taller people might not have the best time on this. Man, we're really hating on tall people today. But that's kind of how futons are designed. Adding a pillow might help, but it's probably a better idea to go for a different sofa bed altogether. And although this doesn't scream luxury, it does look good and fits a casual setting. But in the end, you get what you pay for. Latitude Run Lozena. This sofa bed is sold on Wayfair and you can grab it for around $380. And it's one of the most unique looking designs, like it came out of a cartoon show. The biggest thing people love is the no assembly required part. It comes vacuum sealed and it takes about 48 hours to fully expand, so you can sit on it. It has velvet fabric that's soft and gives it a modern look, and it's very comfortable because it's made from high density foam and individual pocket springs. And when you want to use it as a sleeper, it just folds down and you have a decent sleeping area of 75 by 41 inches, which is slightly larger than a twin size mattress. But before you get too excited, there are some drawbacks. First, it's low profile. Most sofas sit at around 18 inches from the ground to the top of the cushion. This one sits at 14 inches. Not a big deal if you're on the smaller side, but for someone tall, this might not be the best. But the biggest thing would be when it's folded flat. Some people mention that there's a noticeable gap, but if you scoot over to one side, you shouldn't have a problem with that. The Mercer41 Adame is available on Wayfair and it goes for $410. Just like the other boneless sofa beds, this one arrives compressed in a box, and once you open it, it'll expand fully in a day or two. This is the Lego of sofa beds without the pain when you step on it, and a lot of people love how much space you get with this. It comes with 4 pieces, 4 support brackets, and 3 pillows. And once you lay it flat, you'll get a king-size sleeping surface. But because this is modular, you can also arrange it into different styles, so this will be perfect for a playroom or a man cave. It comes in 7 different color options and is made from a soft corduroy material. And when it comes to comfort, a lot of people rally behind this. It's not like a beanbag where you sink into it. It's actually firmer, so the sofa keeps its shape and gives you a supportive feel. It also has deep seating, so you can sit on this crisscross applesauce like when you were in 3rd grade. The only complaint people have would be that the pillows aren't as fluffy as they thought they'd be, but you can easily just grab some other throw pillows. SKÖNABÄCK. This one's sold in Ikea for $499, and a lot of people love it for one reason. It does a lot in a small footprint. This is a love seat that, unlike traditional pull-out sofas, actually pulls out from the side. This gives you 74 inches of space to sleep on, and you even have some extra space underneath to store some sheets and pillows. And this is something you get if you don't have a lot of space, but still want something for guests to crash on. Plus, it looks pretty stylish and modern in all 3 color options. But it doesn't come without its flaws. For starters, this isn't the biggest sleeping surface. I mean, lengthwise, it is pretty long, but the width is where it falls short. and if you're on the bigger side, you might not be the most comfortable in this, especially if you're a side sleeper. And speaking of comfort, there's mixed options on this. Some people say it's comfortable, others say it's firm. But one thing's for sure, this isn't something you'd want to be sleeping on for more than a few days. With the narrow width, it leaves room to be desired. But if you want something nice looking, has good storage, and doesn't take up too much space, you won't be upset with it. The Latitude Run Vesna is found on Wayfair, and it comes in at around $570. This is the sofa bed you get if you want a big seating space. And a lot of buyers say they love this because of one thing, and that's its functionality. This is L-shaped, and right under that chaise is a huge storage compartment. You even get extra storage under the pull-out section, and there are even hidden compartments in the armrests. So this sofa isn't just for looks, but also organizing extra things like pillows, blankets, board games, or whatever else you want to grab. The cup holders and USB ports are also a hit. And this sofa bed is made out of a soft linen blend that comes in 3 color options. So what's the catch? Assembly. Not everyone loves building things, and it's especially hard if the instructions are unclear. And buyers mentioned it was confusing at times, so make sure to clear out your schedule for at least an hour or two to get this built right. But once you have it all set up, it's worth the wait. Comfort also has mixed reviews. Some guests slept fine on it, others say it wasn't as fluffy as they expected. But again, for the price, you're getting a lot of functionality, storage, and features. LINDÅKRA. This sofa bed is sold at Ikea for around $599, and a lot of people love using it in tiny living rooms. Right off the bat, you'll notice its weird looking shape, but don't judge a book by its cover. The backrest is low, and it looks more like a lounger than a sofa, but that's the appeal of it. And this is actually quite flexible because it's made out of 2 parts. You have the rectangular chaise and the semicircle ottoman, and both pieces lift up to reveal storage compartments. During the day, you can put the ottoman and use it as a footrest or coffee table, and at night you could scoop it up to the side and have a full-on sleeper sofa. And it's surprisingly long at 78 inches or 200 centimeters. But this doesn't come without its complaints. If you're used to a regular bed like most people are, then this sleeper is going to be significantly firmer. Not bad if you sleep on this every now and then, but this isn't replacing your bed anytime soon. Some people also say there's a slight dip when the chaise meets the ottoman. This can get annoying during sleep, but adding a pillow could make this better. The Bente is sold on Earnest for around $949 for the 62-inch version and $1,049 for the 72-inch version. And this is where style and quality start to pick up. This sofa bed grabs your attention, looks high-end, and can be a functional statement piece. A lot of buyers praise this for the design, and Earnest did a really good job. It's made out of modern wood frame, has a neutral beige cotton linen fabric, and you get 2 throw pillows. When you pull out the bottom part, it converts from a sofa to a lounger, and if you keep pulling, it'll convert to a full bed. And there's even a hidden storage drawer under the bottom. Unlike some other sofa beds on this list, the slip covers are removable, so if they ever need washing, you could take them off and throw them in the laundry. Now, the biggest critique from buyers about this is comfort. This isn't soft and plushy, it's more on the firmer side. So if you're someone who wants to sink in, a mattress topper or extra blankets are worth considering. But if you're only using it for sleep occasionally and want something that looks good that won't leave your living room crowded, then this one is for you. You can get the FRIHETEN from Ikea for around $999, and it comes in 4 color options. A lot of people get this because of how versatile it is. It's L-shaped, so you get a lot of space, especially when you pull out the bottom part to turn it into a full-size sleeper. You get about 80 by 55 inches of space, and of course, under the chaise, there's a built-in storage, so you can hide some pillows and blankets. But that's really about it. This sofa isn't fancy, there's no extras here, it's just simple, and that's what people want. It also helps that this is from Ikea, so you know you're getting a modern style at a good price. Now, the reason you should avoid this one is if a firm sleeper isn't for you. This is where those extras like blankets or mattress toppers that I mentioned before comes in. But the biggest thing would be the pull-out section. There have been some complaints about it not staying aligned. Mercer41 Grimpante. This one is sold on Wayfair, and you can grab it for around $1,950. This sofa is one of those pieces that looks way more expensive than it is, and almost every review talks about how beautiful it is in person. You get a solid wood frame, clean lines, and a small footprint that works in tight spaces. It's an elevated futon with some Japanese inspiration, and whenever somebody enters your living room, they'll definitely have something positive to say about it. Besides the look, people also praise how sturdy the frame feels. And assembly isn't too bad either, as long as there's two of you to do it. And unlike traditional pull-out sofas, there's no rolling mechanism, no wheels, just wood-on-wood action. And that's the type of craftsmanship that isn't done as much. But of course, there are some complaints here. The cushion is thin. It looks thick at first, but when you unfold it, you're only getting a fraction of the support as when sitting. So I'll repeat myself again and say a mattress topper is gonna be a lifesaver. But for a sofa bed, that's to be expected. And finally, if you like this video, YouTube thinks you'll like one of these ones next. So don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.